Hello, welcome to Boardgames with Niramas. I'm Joseph. I'm here with Drako. Drako is... Hey, there you go, buddy. So they can see you. We do have a fan on. Still hot in Sweden. It's not that bad though, but it's, yeah, why not? I don't think the noise will be too annoying for you. I hope so. The microphone is turned the other way. So, it's time to get back into content creation. We've been gone for a while. We had a month, I think even a little bit more than a month, where we've been doing other things. I mean, we've been playing some games and so on with friends, but we've been at the beach, meeting friends and doing a lot of other things, which have been really nice actually. I do tend to spend a lot of time on board games and filming board games and talking about board games, podcast, whatever. So it's nice to get away a little bit as well, once in a while. So, but still, the games, there's new games coming all the time, so they have been stacking up here, of course, and it's time to start looking at them. I'm just going to do a relaxed stream here today, just check through these, have a chat with you guys in the chat, and, if we find something interesting, we might dive deeper into it. I haven't really planned it out in detail, how to do this or anything like that. Also, if you're in the chat and so on, let me know if there's any of these games that you want me to take a deeper look at, and we'll do that. And I also would like to hear from you, because I mean, as usual, the plan is to make playthroughs or gameplay videos and so on as well, at least the majority of these. And so let me know if you're watching this afterwards. You can let me know in the comment section below which games you are most excited to see a gameplay video of. I also am trying something new today, where I put my green screen camera in the room, like from the ceiling down. So I don't know, we'll see how that works. It feels a bit weird for me to talk to you there. The games are there, but yeah, we'll figure it out. Hey Mats and Egius, and Mikael is here as well. Thank you, Mikael. We are back. We also made like well, I did it. Drako doesn't really make that many decisions on the channel. I made the decision that some games that have been like on the backlog for like over a year, and the game might not be that hot anymore, and it's heavier games I need to spend a lot of time getting into. I sort of did some kind of line in the sand, where like basically I will focus on this now. I'll focus on the future games. There's some games still, of course, that needs to be filmed, sort of, that I promised people I will make playthroughs of. I still have them. I will do that as well in the upcoming weeks and months here, but I am going to focus more on sort of fewer videos on the channel, but more of the like hot games, and more focus on each video so I can do more editing. I think there have been points during these years that I have put up too many videos too quickly, in a sense, and spent too much time on the whole process. I think I need to step back a little bit and just more focus on a few different titles. Before I get going, I should also mention that we are very close now to 6,000 subscribers, which is really cool. Just like 20 people away, so get your friends to subscribe and we can get to that milestone as well. And when we get there, or like a little bit after that, we're going to do a little bit of a celebration. I usually do some kind of giveaway right when we hit the 1,000 mark. Nothing huge this time, but I have the set of Marvel Champions with some expansions to it that I got from Game Maniacs, which is the main sponsor for the channel, by the way. And I should say thank you to them as well for some of these games are from Game Maniacs, some are from Pandasaurus Games, and some are from Asmodee Nordic as well. So just full disclosure. But anyway, there will be a little celebration with a giveaway and so on. And also at the sort of the same time here, at the end of September, we are also celebrating 5 years. So 5 years on YouTube, about the same time there as the 6,000 subscribers. So a little bit of a celebration. Drako probably wants a cake, so I'll have to make that happen for him. He's happy. Some kind of meatball cake, I would assume he wants. Alright, yeah, that's my saying. So many games, so little time. However, I do now have some time, so I'm gonna focus on these. Let's get started somewhere. And I think what we'll do is we'll start with, for me, what has been the most hottest game in a sense lately here. However, I have already played this like 5 times. Played it with friends, with a friend's copy. and I played it solo. I even borrowed my friend Andreas' copy, and I was planning to do a solo playthrough last week. Problem was that he sleeved it with glossy sleeves, and I was like, I'm not gonna sit around and remove all the sleeves on his game, film it, and then put on new sleeves. I'm not gonna do that. And I also knew that Game Maniacs was about to get this in stock, so they would send me a copy. It is the Kickstarter edition that they backed. So now I have it, and I also have my matte non-glare sleeves that I'm going to sleeve it with, and then I'm going to make a solo playthrough. I played it solo, and I will say that I enjoyed it. However, it's not Terraforming Mars, obviously, and I didn't expect it to be. I mean, that's one of my favorite solo games, right? So it's going to be hard to compete with that for like any game, really. So, but I mean, it's still a fun game, and it's fun solo, and I think that if you enjoy Terraforming Mars, or if you enjoy Race for the Galaxy or Roll for the Galaxy, you will enjoy this one as well. There's a lot of, well, the mechanics are basically Race for the Galaxy combined with the theme of Terraforming Mars. So there's a lot of like stuff in this, like cards and thematic stuff, like names of cards and so on, that are the same or very similar to Terraforming Mars. However, the mechanics are different, and there's some streamlining like we have here. These boards are really nice, by the way, they're double layered. And so instead of like getting steel and titanium, instead you just basically if you have like 2, then you always have a discount of 2 times 2 or 4 mega credits. Instead of, you don't need to spend it. You can also draw cards as an income thing, which I thought was pretty cool, because the cards are more of a resource in this game than they are in the Terraforming Mars game. My main complaint with this game was actually this thing. Not that I'm going to make a full review right now, but this, we'll just mention this. This is way too small. I don't understand why they didn't like make this double, like to flip it out or something. I don't know. I mean, these spaces here, like, it's so weird. If we take a look here, so these spaces are basically what's it called, rectangular or like squares, and these are wider, but the cube that you use for these are the same. So I found when I played it was hard sometimes to see like where are the cubes, especially if, you know, we were playing 4 players around the table. I don't know, I didn't like that. And this was the main problem, that when we were 4 players and we were having our player cubes here, so like, oh, I have 12 TR or whatever, and then like Andreas had like, I don't know, 30. It was really fiddly and hard, and it was like this and hard to see, like, oh, how much do I get? I don't know. I thought they could have made this one much better. I think Mats from my gaming group, and Mats is also doing solo playthroughs on the channel, right? So you know him. Mats is he's the print and play guy. So he's going to print and play this in some bigger version and laminate it or something. I don't know. Speaking of Mats, actually, that's also something that I will do this week that's coming. There's a bunch of videos coming, obviously, but one of them coming is he made his own solo version, solo mode for Underwater Cities, which is one of his favorite games, and mine as well. So he made his own version, and it's like he made his own board and like an automa. It's really cool from what I've seen. I just need to edit the video. He already sent me the video, but I need to edit it and then put it up on YouTube. And he got like you know, Delicious Games. And I can't remember the designer's name right now. Vladimir Suchi, I think. He got his like approval for it, so it's like an approved solo variant now that Mats made, and you can like print and play it on Boardgame Geek. He put up like this thing on Boardgame Geek, and then he made a video that I will post so you can see how it works. So like these things here, I felt like we didn't really need. Like you're supposed to. These are like the 5 different phases, and depending on what people select, one or more of these phases will be active. And I never just felt like we needed these really, because you can see what cards are played, especially like solo or in 2 players. I don't think you need these, but I guess they don't, you know, doesn't hurt to have them. Same goes for these. I thought this felt a bit weird and clunky in a sense. Like, sure, I build a greenery, right? I don't put it on Mars. Instead, I just get one of these tokens. If I get to 5, I get one of these 5s, and they're just 1 point each. I don't know how to do it differently. It just felt strange, I would say, from playing Terraforming Mars. And hey, Bjorn is here. Thank you, Bjorn. We actually been home a lot, but I took an active decision to not play too much board games or film board games. because it's been a stress for me the last 5 years as well. Not the 5 years. In the beginning, it wasn't much of a stress because I didn't have that many, you know, sponsors for the channel. But it's been a bit of a you know, stress element for me to. I walk out here in my house and I walk past this like pile of games that I promised to film, and then like, oh, I need to do that, and it becomes a stress element. It's not, and then that also drags down the fun of it. And it's not that fun to make videos or play the games or learn the new games, because I have to do it. It becomes something I have to do. So I think, like I had a bunch of requests these last 2-3 months. People asked me, oh, can you make a video for our Kickstarter, or can you film our game? And I just said no. I usually don't say no that much, but I've just been saying no a lot. I'm just like, no, I need to catch up on what I have already. I need to get out of that. I need to catch up. I need to stop having my YouTubing as something that stresses me out, because that's not what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to just be relaxing and fun, right? And I think it also, you know, you could tell in the videos, I guess, if I'm not enjoying it, then it's not going to be that good videos. So, okay, so here's the cubes. And at first I thought they were like, oh, they look weird because I'm coming from Terraforming Mars. I think they actually look nice and feel nice as well. They don't have this like hard shell that kind of could be chipped or whatever it's called on the Terraforming Mars game. I never had a big problem with that, but after a lot of plays, I know a lot of people were annoyed with that they sort of got chipped. So yeah, I like these ones. I think these are better, you know, in the end. They work nicely, and there's also metal cubes. Mats got the metal cubes for this. I think he paid more for that than he paid for the actual game. He has a lot of money, that guy. But I mean, it's really cool. You know, I got to feel them. Really cool stuff having metal cubes, but of course totally unnecessary. You don't need that, but it's just really cool. If I get rich someday, I will get them. Okay, and these are just the same, of course, here. And this is nice. Dividers, they put in dividers for the cards. Do you like that? I mean, not only that's like Marvel Champions, which is the even more pure card game than this is. They didn't have dividers in for all the, I don't know, that was annoying. Player rates, also pretty good, but there is a misprint on these. Where the research phase, I should say this, like it says in the research phase, if you selected the research phase, draw 5 cards and discard 2, which is not true. You draw 5 and you discard 3. You keep 2 out of those 5. Just a little misprint. It would be good to just be aware of. These are really nice. This is something I really encourage publishers to do more, to include this kind of stuff in the box here. So you can have the 3 different cube types in here. Really cool. And 2 of them as well. So like when we played 4, we had them on different sides of the table. Really liked it. This is why I really like Folded Space or E-Raptor and so on, like having insert for games, because you get this kind of stuff. But now you get, you know, got it in the box here, which I guess is more of a well, it's more common when it comes to Kickstarter games than retail games. But I really like this, and this is for the retail, from what I understand as well. From this, I think the main difference is the board, that they are not double layered if you get the retail ones. I think that's the only difference. I'm not really sure, to be honest. They were on Target in the US, so they were like already out there. Why do we need these huge bags? That I don't get. Why? I don't see why we would need those. All right, cards. So you have these cards for different faces, and I will be sitting around sleeving these later on. I'm not going to do that in the stream though. That would be a kind of boring stream if I was sitting around sleeving. I guess we could just chat meanwhile, but hey, Fenhorn. Yeah, the metal cubes feels good. Yeah, I know. I felt them like for a second. Mats let me hold them in my hand for like a second, and then he just pulled them away. And he's like, he's gonna keep them for himself. He's gonna be like, when we have game night, he's gonna bring his metal cubes, and everyone else gets to play with these, and Mats sit around with his metal cubes. That's how I think it's gonna be. Okay, card quality pretty good here. Here's the corporations, and I was happy to see that some of these are basically the same thematic as. Oh no, this was the stretch goals things. That's what I was going to say. Some of these are like basic, like the same that you have in Terraforming Mars. Like Arclight exists in Terraforming Mars as well. But some of these, like DevTex, Launch Store Incorporated, these are all new. Mini Productions, Set Ourselves. And also the effects, of course, are different because the game works differently than the base game Terraforming Mars. The game works. So, and they even included some of these as well here, padded stuff, so you can organize. I'm not gonna get into all of this. It's not that exciting to watch, I think. But I'll do it later. And these could be good for something else. Probably keep them for some other game. So I think that's it for this. I didn't want to make a separate unboxing for all of these games. You know, partly because I want to save time and all that, and I wanted to have a relaxed stream, but also partly because I don't think people are that, like, I don't know, the game, like, again, the Target thing. If I got a copy of the game and that was like earlier, like when the game was really hot and people haven't really seen it, then it makes sense to make an unboxing like I did with all the expansions for Terraforming Mars. I have unboxings of those, but then I made them like at the hotel at Essence Spiel, where I was like the first person on YouTube to do that. It's always been a thing I tried to do. Have a little race or something. You know, not as about competition, but you know what I mean. It's almost fun. It's a cool feeling to be the first in the world to put up something. This though, I mean, there's like 10 unboxings or 15 unboxing videos already on YouTube of this game, so they didn't feel the need. But I will show you this. This is pretty cool. I didn't expect to get this, but this was fun. Game Maniacs. They also sent me one of these, so for solo use. So the playmat here, really kind of special playmat in a way. Oh, really, Bjorn? Bjorn is saying in the chat here, there's counter clipping streams. I don't even know for war games. I'm not really sure what counter clipping is, but I assume it's like punching out those little war game tokens. So he's saying, why not sleeving streams? And yeah, it's a bit nerdy to have metal cubes that cost more than the game. But yeah, the metal coins for sight are nice as well. Mikael is saying that a guy he knows has a real Indonesian money in his copy of Indonesia. That's cool. Oh wait, there's more than one. I thought there was just one playmat in this. Is there two? Yeah. Well, that's nice. I might play on two at times. I mean, they're really huge though. This would... Oh, they're upside down. They're really huge, so... But I like them because... Yeah, nice neoprene. I always like neoprene mats. That's like my... Not new thing, but lately. Because also, I have a video out where I took a look at the Deep Cut Studio mats for Terraforming Mars with like fan-made maps, where you could put everything in. And after that, I just been like, I want neoprene mats for all my board games. I don't want to have cardboard anymore. If I had the money for it, I would probably just go to Deep Cut Studios and just ask them to make. You know, you can custom order. Like this is custom made from Deep Cut Studios, the mat that I have on my table, which was a sponsor thing. But anyway, you can do that for like anything. So I could imagine, like, I don't know, Anachrony. Instead of having the board, I could have just a mat that I roll out. That would be nice. But that would cost a lot of money if I would do that. Anyway, so this is, so you put the cards here, so you put them sideways, and then you can see the tags on the side, sort of. And you have like the green, the red, and the blue. And here you put your player board. This space is not really needed, to be honest. Like, this is just where you put your player board. You could just put it on the side, I guess. And here you have like the played face card, and then the face card that you just played, because you can't play the same twice. And here you can put your greeneries, or forests, I think it's called in this game. It's cool. Not needed at all, though, I would say, but it's cool. So I will use that when I do my solo playthrough. And I don't think I will do a 2-player for this. Because basically in the solo, I can just show you how the game works anyway. And, you know, Drako... Drako has a lot of other games he wants to play. Let's put this to the side. And I will ask you guys in the chat what you want me to open. I think this one is a bit older. I think this is from last year, Wild Space. I haven't heard of it. It's Pandasaurus though. That's always cool. And they sent some extra meeples for it as well, which is nice. Custom meeples, something I like. Let's see what you got. The loop is something that I will try to play fairly soon in a playthrough with Drako. So this is a co-op game. It's been, I think I heard like 4 or 5 different like reviewers or people lately that said that it's one of the best games of 2021 so far. So that sounds promising. It has a very special like artwork and so on, but it's has really good mechanics from what I understand for cooperative play. So Matt says Brew, so let's do Brew. Brew is a game that I got a while back. I think it's like a month or something. Basically came just as I was heading off for some vacation time. See if I can find, there we go. Good way to cut that. Shrink, shouldn't do that. Okay. So this game looks really cool from just here. It just looks really cool. I don't know how it plays though. I don't know how it's. I watched like 10 minutes of the Dice Tower. They did a live stream of playing this. I watched like 10 minutes or something, and I didn't understand anything, and I was really tired. I fell asleep. So that's all I know about this game. Is this just a? Oh, this is just a catalog for their games. But so you have, from what I understand, you have like it's a bit of a tableau builder, I think. You build up stuff in front of you. Have these kind of tokens. These are pretty cute. Little flasks. And I guess you have different characters with like powers. You have like trained and released. I don't know what that means. I think you put cards around these. And I guess these are like resources. And more here. Right. And this is some. I wonder if there's worker placement in this game as well. This kind of looks like a worker placement board where you would go to different spots. I'm not sure. Like gather one of each ingredient. Looks like something you go here and do that. And here's some tokens. And let's get rid of that. Take a look at the cards. I actually use this instead because it doesn't make that terrible noise that the cutter makes. Right, so like potions. I think you can brew. Well, it's called Brew. So you can brew potions, right? Yeah, the artwork is nice. I mean, it looks pretty cool. So they have, so here you can like re-roll any number of your unplayed dice. So I guess you can drink this potion to re-roll dice, or change one of your unplayed dice to any face. Yeah. Now I remember. This is a dice placement game. I remember that now. Okay, it's a bunch of different potions you can brew. And this seems to be like special abilities, like when you gather from the forest, gather +1 of the ingredients shown. I guess you can get these and like have passive abilities or something like that. And this is something for you, Drako. There's a lot of cute, weird animals, like that guy. I don't know what that is. There's a bird. Yeah, it looks nice. Also, yeah, okay. Very standard card quality, I think. A bit thin, but yeah, you can brew. It would be weird if you couldn't brew in the game, I guess. And some tarot size cards. See if we can find a good spot to. It's always tricky. Don't want to mess up the cards. Here we go. Okay, here we have a play rate. Let's take a look at that. So round sequence, you roll your dice. All players will roll 6 dice. Then you place a die, mandatory. Brew a potion, optional. Drink a potion, optional. Claim controlled forest. Use end of round creature power. Check for game end. Then you take back your dice. Flip the village board. Reveal new forest. Pass first player. Flip the village board. Oh, it gets like night. And then the spaces change. Okay, that's cool. Alright. And here's like element powers. Okay, these are pretty cool. I always like tarot cards or like bigger cards. So I think they place these out and they are like spots where you can place your dice. So it's like variable worker placement spots, sort of. And here's the dice. Let's see how they feel. That's like the main thing, I think, when you with dice. It's how they feel. I would say these are too light for my taste. They're really, really lightweight. On the other hand, I guess you roll them once and then you say, oh, I have this symbol. I can go somewhere with it. It's not, I don't know. They look okay. Maybe it's, I would say, a little bit hard to, I don't really know what I'm looking at. It's really hard to see what. That's like a plant and a branch and maybe a rock or something. I'm not sure. Alright. And here's some other ones here. Maybe some... Oh yeah, because these are in player colors. And these are like, I don't know, neutral dice or whatever they're called. They are like formed though, like you can feel them, which is always nice. It's not just like a sticker. But again, a bit lightweight maybe. And I suppose this is for... Is this for different resources maybe? Feels like that's not gonna work if you're gonna move the box around because they're gonna all gather in the middle or something. I don't know. Almost feel like it's a huge box for what it is. I don't know. I'm not gonna do all the punch outs in stream because that's not exciting to watch, but you have to see a little bit of it at least. So that's Brew. And if you're watching this afterwards, by the way, I will put timestamps in the video description. And that way there will also be like a timestamps on the timeline. So if you want to see a certain game, like if you're sitting here, oh, I want to see when he opens Imperium, then you can just fast forward to that. If you're watching live, you're stuck with me though, then you just have to wait. All right, so where are we? Let's look at the loop. Let's look at the loop. I think this one I have seen. I think it was Rado that did a play of this. And I can't say that I watched the whole thing and I understand exactly how it works, but I do remember this cool gadget in it because I always like these like cool stuff in games. So, okay. Oh, and here's the solo mode, which I might do a solo video. I don't know, we'll see, or I'll make one with Drako. I think it says it. I think it's fully cooperative, so I don't think that matters too much. Except, of course, if you do solo, there's probably some modular stuff that you change and so on. Hey, Steven. Oh yeah, these will keep me busy, and I'm there's more games as well that I put up. Like I've been planning to film, and then I just felt like it's too much. I need a vacation, so I took a month off. Okay, so you can build this thing. I'm not gonna try on freehand. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna look at how it's supposed to be. And from what I know is you can drop cubes into this or something. Yeah, cubes, and then they will fall out in different random ways, and that affects things. Which is something I always thought was cool, like with cube towers, like a merry-go or Edge of Darkness is another one of those that has a really cool cube tower. So, different items, I assume. And yeah, these must be different items that you can. Super underwear, that's cool. Yeah. I wasn't a fan, like when I first looked at this game, I think it was Rado's run through, I wasn't really a fan of the way that it looked. And I'm still not. Like, I think it looks... It's not my style of artwork and so on. But who cares? You know, it might be a great game. Gameplay-wise, anyway. Don't eat this, Drako. It says do not eat. So. And what is this? Are these like player pieces, maybe? I don't know. Okay, I dropped one. It's probably player pieces. Kind of. I don't even know what this is supposed to be. I don't know. Weird stuff in this game for sure. I forget that thing that I dropped. Like a Christmas tree or something. I don't know. Pine tree. It's weird. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't appeal like. I don't know. It looks like a kid's game, in a sense. Like some, I remember some TV show, like Swedish TV show for kids with some crazy doctor, and it looks a little bit like that. But yeah, I heard it's really good, and I even seen a bunch of people saying like, "Oh, this is the best game of this year so far," and I think Rado was like, "Oh, this is like Pandemic." You know, he loves Pandemic, so cubes in 3 different colors. Blue seems to be the rarest. And the Da Vinci manuscript. So here's more cards. Let's take a look. Wonder why my... Oh, there we go. These are some other... Well, these seems to be different items. But then, where is it? Like here? No idea what I'm looking at. Some kind of other cards here. Maybe some event cards or something. I'll probably end up sleeving these as well. If we're gonna shuffle them, that's the main thing for me these days. Like I don't really sleeve cards to protect them. Like most of the time I play a game so few times, and I don't have like drinks or whatever around the table anyway. But I mostly just sleeve them because I like the shuffling of sleeved cards. Okay, this was interesting. I lifted this up and that punched out all of these at the same time. Loop, loop, loop. Exterminate the duplicates. I have no idea what I'm looking at. Okay, can we do the same with the others? Yeah, we can. It's really, oh, this is nice. Really thick cardboard. Easy to punch out. So this is, I think these are like characters. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. But the Time Prowler have like a special ability. Oh yeah, here we go. There you see the Time Prowler is this thing. So that is the player pawns. And there's like a scenario or something. Laser Centrifuge. This has like victory, condition, special rules. It does not look like Pippi Longstockings, that's true. It looks more like something psychedelic, like from the 70s. They did all these like weird psychedelic shows for kids in Sweden, at least, where it was like, I don't know, I think they did some kind of substances back then. I don't know. Let's see if we can. Okay, I'm just gonna punch the whole thing. Why not? We can take a look at it. Time things and whatever these are, and that's that, and more of those. And there we go. Huh. So this is kind of supposed to have it like standing. I don't know. Maybe. Some tokens. So have you guys been playing anything fun during the summer? Like anything you can recommend or you want to bring up? some games that have been released. I know there's been a bunch of Kickstarters that people have received. Myself, I got an almost bored. I almost got away from Kickstarter. I feel like it's too much, and I don't want to spend money on a game now and then wait for like 18 months before I get the game, because there's so many games out that you know. Actually, I got the what's that called? I got one from Kickstarter. Now I can't remember the name. It's like you run a coffee shop in Berlin, and it's a little bit of a deck builder. I don't know. I don't think I will ever play it though, because I just felt like I waited 2 years for that game. And back then, when I backed it, I was excited because Rado did a run through, and I was like, "Oh, this looks cool." And now that I look at it, I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. This video is uploaded. You can watch it afterwards as well. You also had that in Holland, the Dutch children's TV shows in the 70s and 80s. I think that was like a whole European thing or something. I don't know. But there were a lot of weird stuff going on. Okay, so this is the board. And then in the middle here, I thought there was going to be another piece. I don't understand how this could be enough. Is it just like this? I guess it is. I'm going to look that up. Oh, this has taken some damage here. That's not great. I don't care too much about that myself, to be honest. But so I think you're supposed to have like this. Yeah, there you go. So you have this in the middle, and depending on where it aims at, the cubes will fall out in different spots. I assume you just you just attach this. I don't know. But yeah, it looks weird, but it might be really fun. I heard it, I think it's gonna be fun. Bjorn is saying that he's waiting for Frostpunk and Australia expansions. Okay. Frostpunk I thought looked interesting, and I was planning to play the Steam game to see if I like that one, because it seemed like a type of computer game that I would enjoy. I haven't gotten around to getting it on Steam. Australia I haven't played, but I know that you love it a lot, Bjorn. And, well, I am waiting for Frosthaven, obviously. I think that one is coming next year, yeah, right? I think so. Here's some kind of main board. I've seen playthroughs of Australia, and I thought it looked kind of weird, like a weird combination of like building train tracks and then Cthulhu shows up. I don't know. I heard it's good, and that's pretty cute when they do the bottom of the box like this. So it's like reasons for promotion. I guess you can mark here if you won different kinds of settings, career plan. Like this is like achievements or something that you can reach. That's pretty cool. So you can mark that in the box. I wouldn't maybe do that. I don't know. What's this then? Hey, Cherry. Yeah, I'm interested to play it. By the way, if you want to see this game played, I'll put a link in the description after I'm done here. But you can go to Before You Play, which is an awesome channel, by the way. They did a playthrough of this on 2. So actually, I think I should do a solo playthrough, because I like to do things that other people haven't done already. But anyway, they show you how to play this. I watched, I don't know, half of that video or something. But then again, I've been watching a lot of videos late at night, and then I'm not that focused, and then I fall asleep. Oh, is it semi-co-op in Australia? I hate semi-co-op. That's gonna be a hard one to sell me, Bjorn. You will have to convince me to try it out if we meet up. Me and Bjorn lives on different sides of Sweden, so it's not like we can meet up that often. But at some point we should play some games together, Bjorn. That would be fun. Haven't seen you in like 2 years or whatever because of the whole pandemic thing. So I heard that Lincoln, which is where Bjorn lives, or close to him, is going to be this winter, but I haven't decided if I'm gonna go there for the convention or not. It still depends on the situation in the world and so on. And I don't really trust people to be vaccinated, even though I am myself, but you never know. Okay, you know what? I need to figure out. I'm gonna put stuff back here. Wait, should I? You know what I should do? I should do this properly from right now. Otherwise, I'm just gonna regret it when I open the box next time and it's a mess. So let's put stuff in bags so that, you know. And you know, if you tell us in the chat if you played some fun games, you can also give other people some recommendations, because there's so many games out there. It's hard to. I should probably not put everything in the same bag. It's hard to navigate in that jungle. It's like all those games. Okay, so Aegeus is saying you don't really need to care too much about the semi-co-op part in Australia. Oh yeah, Mats, I hope so too. I am planning to meet up with you guys next Thursday, if possible. If everyone is healthy, so. Okay, this wasn't too smart. I look forward to getting back to conventions. That's gonna be fun. I am playing a bit with my game group, but then it's only like 4 people, so it feels pretty safe in that sense, because it's, you know, the same guys all the time. Let's see if there's a. Oh, you're supposed to put cubes maybe or something in the bag as well. Let's see if there's an explanation here for how to build this thing, because I was surprised. I thought there would be more. Oh, okay, there you go. You're supposed to have the. Okay, you're supposed to have that piece in here. That makes sense. Let's see if I can do that. So. Okay, it's like a test of intelligence here. Like that? No. Should be. Yeah, here we go. Should be this way. Let's not break it. There we go. Now it's a little tower, and then we put this at top. Somehow. Okay. Yeah. There you go. And now we can throw cubes in here. Looks like the thing from Star Wars. The big thing that you can throw people down there and then eat them. So this looks nice. I love that stuff. Cool stuff, gadgets or whatever for board games is something I have a weak spot for. Wow, Bjorn is saying he's working 65 hours this week. That's insane. Alright, let's continue here. This one is a new Knizia game from Plan B Games. And to be honest, I haven't heard anything about this, and I wasn't even expecting to get it. It was just showed up from Asmodee, and I'm like, yeah, sure, we'll check it out. And I think it looks pretty good, though. I just looked at the artwork on the back here. It looks cool. It's always interesting when it's a Knizia game. It's not my Knizia is not like my main favorite designer or anything like some people consider him to be, but I did meet him at SNSP, so that's cool. All right, there we go with the Finnish and Danish and Norwegian. Here we go. Here's Swedish, so that's the Asmodee Nordic. So I'm gonna throw away those because I can stick to the Swedish one. And this looks kind of nice. The insert here, and I guess these are player colors. Something. Is it a 5-player game? Yeah, it's 2 to 5. Okay. So everyone gets a little bag. And oh wow, this is heavy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Sarlacc, I guess. Yeah, Steven is saying that it's a reskin of an older game. Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is. I don't know what the older game was named or anything, but I do remember hearing something about that. But these are really cool. This, oh, I almost want to eat them. It looks like some kind of candy, and it's quite heavy. It's like stones or something in different colors. Really nice feel to them as well. Finish here. Wow. Okay. So that's cool. And then we have lots of huge cards. Again, I like big cards. The tarot size, I think. Or is this tarot? I think it is. I think it's like 7 Wonders Duel. Those wonders. Maybe it's a bit more wide. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's open this up. Yeah, the artwork is great. And I think the... I mean, there's not that many components. So I assume it's one of those sort of abstract Knizia games where you have some area control or whatever. You put your stones out and on the card or something. I'm just guessing now. I don't know much about this game at all. Let's... Yeah, Cherie is saying that as well. It's an re-implementation. Okay, wow, lots of cards. So let's take a look at these. And again, wow, nice. Nice thick cards. Good quality. So that's a lot of weird deers, a little mouse. And that's something for Drako. Looks like something Drako wouldn't appreciate. And some flames, why not? And okay, so there's a bunch of the same, but they have like different values up here, whatever that means. Alright, alright. It's called Colossal Arena. The original seems. These look really good. And oh, these are just like that. Yeah, wow. This looks really good, and I really like these huge cards. I'm really curious to play this now. See if I like the gameplay as well. I have no idea how it plays. That looks actually really cool. And that little guy. A bit weird, but cool. Alright. I think I'm gonna take a quick look here. Just see if we... Oh, this is in Swedish, but just see if I can get a picture of... Okay, here we go. Like that. So you have cards out in different rows and columns, and you put like stones on the cards. Huh. Alright. I don't know. I'm gonna let people, like, in the comments, you can tell me which games you want to see played first and all that. And I will start doing some playthroughs. I will do more live streams up ahead though, because that's something that, like, if you look at the total amount of time I spend on making videos, and why I feel like I get stressed out because there's so much to do and I don't have the time and everything or energy, then the main thing is editing. Like, the editing takes like 3 or 4 times as much time as the actual filming takes. But if I do live streams, then it's already there. Of course, I think the quality is better if I edit them, because I cut out a lot of thinking time or boring things. But to get more, like, to make life easier on myself, I think I will start doing more live streams of games. It's also fun to have the chat and all. It's so fun to connect with the viewers in this way, which I can't do if I pre-record and edit the video. So there's definitely more pros to it than just the saving of time. Let's take a look at Wild Space here, because I think these meeple looked cool here. I assume these are some promo thing or something like that, because they came separate from the box. So I guess these are little spaceships in different colors and shapes and so on. I love custom meeples, so let's open this up here. I think this one is from, does it say? Well, this says 2021 on it. I thought this was from last year, but maybe Pandasaurus picked it up. I don't know. You can find that on Board Game Geek, obviously. Just Google for Wild Space if you're curious more about the game. And let's just see if we can get some kind of overview on how the game looks. And another catalog and more. Okay, so here's more ships. But these look different. These are all the same shape. Scoring pad, some cards and bags. Seems like these days every publisher puts in baggies in their games, which I do like. But on the other hand, I have so many, or like oftentimes there's too many baggies for the game, or I get like an insert, like a custom insert, so I don't need the baggies. So I have like a drawer full of different sizes like these, which is not bad to have. Let's see here. What am I looking at? What kind of, I don't know, some kind of boards, but because I don't know how the game is played, it's hard to guess how it works. I assume it's not that complicated, judging by the size of the game box and the style that Candasaurus has as well. They have these like family style games most of the time, which I do appreciate. Right, let's open up some cards. Egio says he never has enough bags. I used to, back in the days, I remember I bought like a bunch of them. But these days I don't need to anymore. There's so many that are extra. I wasn't a big fan of the artwork on the box, but I think these look nice and nice quality. Kind of like these square cards. Well, I don't know. It's like, it looks like, I don't know, computer generated. I mean, it's a matter of taste, obviously. Just that it looks like these sharp lines. To me, that looks, I don't know, like computer generated artwork. Which, I don't know. I've seen worse. And yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at, so it doesn't really make much sense to try to figure anything out from that. But let's pack this up. So yeah, I think this one is something I could probably just get into fairly quick. Try out, make a live stream. I'm not a big fan of making live streams and learning the game as I go. I know some streamers do that. I never watch that kind of stuff myself. I prefer it if the YouTuber knows the game first and then shows the game. Because otherwise you might be doing a lot of mistakes or whatever and you don't even know about it. I wonder if these are replacements. That could be the thing. So maybe like here everyone gets the different player colors, but you get the same shapes of the ships. But with this extra added on stuff, the red player gets like this shape, and then purple player has this shape on their ship, something like that. I assume we won't need all of them, but I'm just gonna pack them up for now. We'll see. If I don't need these, I will probably just pull these out, put them in I have a huge bag in my closet with random game components from lots of games over the years, and I like having that because then I get like a prototype or something that I'm gonna film or whatever, or like a print and play or something, and then I can pull out some tokens that I have laying around. Or if I'm ever making another game myself, I can use them for prototyping myself. Speaking of that, I haven't I don't know if you can see that over there. Drako's Adventure is on the shelf there, but I haven't really progressed anything there. That's also something I need to spend time on and just finish the game is finished, but I need to make the rulebook finished. I need to put up the Kickstarter page. I have started working on the Kickstarter page, but I need to get all the images together, all the text, and do a Kickstarter for Drako's Adventure at some point. But I'm not gonna stress about. I mean, everything got delayed because of the pandemic, right? I was planning to do it way earlier, but yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so let's take a look at Imperium here. And I must say, I don't know anything about this game. just a Game Maniacs told me like, oh, have you checked out Imperium? Maybe that's something you want to film. And I'm like, yeah, sure. It's a deck builder. I like deck building, or like hand management, cards and so on. And there's like 2 versions. So from what the only thing I understand, like it's Osprey games, which is interesting, and I know it's a Civ game, and from I would guess that I can combine these or something. Like Classics, I assume is the sort of base game, and then there's like a, I don't know, I guess it's a standalone expansion. Like it's separate. I think this, yeah, it's a separate game, standalone game, but it says it's fully compatible with Imperium Classics if you want to expand the pool of civilizations even further. So you can, you know, mix these together and so on. And I also, the only thing I understood about this game is that it's fairly complex. I don't know. It's by David Turchi, which of course is one of my, you know, he's been doing some of my favorite games and so on. So that's always interesting. And he's also doing like solo mode for a lot of games. So I assume this is a nice solo game. I assume you can play it. Yeah, it's 1 to 4 players. So this will probably be something I dive into solo-wise. I do like civilization games in general, so. Alright, yeah. So Aegis is saying that the Legends is a bit more advanced. So I guess you should start off with the Classics. This is nice. Speaking of unboxings and so on. I don't even need to unbox this. This is already sorted. That is nice. Maybe I'll sleeve the cards. I don't know. Huge die. Just basically standard. But this is pretty cool. The 1 is like a little hole there. But I mean, I appreciate this when publishers make it like this. Just, hey, start playing. Basically, like, here's the cards that are, I guess these are a certain category, and I like that they have a little plastic thing here as well to keep them together. That's cool. And it looks like there's space. I don't know. I don't know if I sleeve these. I wonder if they will fit. Maybe. I wonder if they thought about that when they made it. Otherwise, it's a real problem. If you sleeve these and they don't fit back in the box, what do you do then? Because I mean, it's really nice that it is now. You look at this. When you open that, Carthaginians. So you know where their spot is. There's the Celts. See if I can show you for the camera. There you go. That is nice. That's really nice production. Okay, Mikael is saying here that I won't run out of solo options. There's 16 civs. You can play them against each other, so that's 240 different combinations. Is that just in the main box, or is it? No, it must be with the other one, right? Because this looks to be, these are regions, unrest, uncivilized, Scythians, Romans, Vikings. Drako likes Vikings. Macedonians, Persians, and so okay. So there's like, I think there's 8 here. There's probably 8 in that one or something like that. Looks cool. From what I understand, it's, well, from what you guys told me now and so on, I will probably just start with this one. And maybe have this on the side or something. I'll just start playing with it and then we'll see. I think Yon Gets Games have made a playthrough for this. So maybe I can check that out to get the hang of how it works before I start playing myself. But he usually is doing like 2, I think he's doing like 3-player playthroughs mostly, right? So that's probably... Okay, Mikael is saying that they barely fit back into the box if you sleeve them with oh wow. That's a problem. Even though, then again, I might not need to sleeve them. You know, I don't know how much you shuffle them and so on, but yeah. So this looks to be the same thing since it's a standalone. I guess it's the same tokens, and then you have more of the same here, I guess. So what do we have here? We have like the Arthurians. That sounds pretty cool. You know what? Let's. Oh yeah, Paul Grogan did the playthroughs as well. Let's look at some cards, by the way. I didn't do that. Let's take a look at the cards. So here's the Arthurians. There's like exhaust, discard a card to draw whatever that is from your discard pile. And solstice, I don't know what that means. Discard a card and gain 1. Nice card quality, by the way. And you can flip, oh, it's an A and a B side. I mean, if this is all the cards you have, like when you play, you have your save or whatever, then I don't see a big problem just shuffling these without sleeves. So maybe I'll do that. It's also very good. I mean, from camera-wise, the best way is to not sleeve the games, because then you, even with matte sleeves, you do get you can get a little bit of glare. Like right now, I don't have I have all the lights except for one. So if I turn this one on, as you see the shrink there, the glare starts coming. But if I remove that, well, it's still there a little bit. Don't really need that extra light, I think, for most games. Well, interesting. Not that much to see, like from a unboxing perspective. But I guess we can just, yeah, I think this will hold everything in place. Drako likes to eat Vikings. I don't know. I think Drako just thinks the Vikings are cool. Because they have these like horned helmets that he's seen in movies and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna like, I think this game, I think I will need to take a little bit of time and like read through the rules, look through like Paul Grogan's videos on gaming rules and John Gets Games and get a good hang of it, try it a few times, and then I can make like a solo playthrough. I don't think this is one of those games I can just dive into. It can't be that complex though, I think. I mean, it's not that many components. I don't know. Sometimes games can be very complex even though they look to be fairly simple. And that's about an hour stream to look through 7 games, like a first impression thing. It's pretty good. But I'm not in a hurry, so you know, if you have any questions, if you want to tell me about some games you played or games you're interested in or whatever, you can just keep having a chat while I do this. This is not that exciting to watch. Imagine if I did this and we didn't talk about anything or whatever, and that was like the video. I've seen when with all these like custom inserts, like eRaptor or whatnot. I've seen some people on YouTube, they do like a 2-hour video where they're like, I don't know, 2 hours, but like an hour video where they build the whole thing, the whole insert. I wonder if that works. Like does anyone watch that? I mean, some people speed it up, I guess, but I decided to just do plain reviews of inserts where I just build it without any stress and then I film it. Oh well. I think maybe it could be like if you have a hard time falling asleep, you could watch like 2 hours of a guy just punching board games with like some soft music in the background or something. And that's it. That's the whole video. Like no commentary. I always found it a bit relaxing or something. I don't know. It's kind of like when you sleeve a game. You sit around like you have a deck builder or whatever. You have like when I sleeved Marvel Champions recently. That was like 2,000 cards. I just put on some music and I was just sitting there, just sleeving. It's like a bit of relaxing. I think if some people that aren't in the hobby, if they just walked in the room and they would wonder what you were doing. I need to play more Marvel Champions as well, by the way. I played, I don't know, maybe 30 times. But I mostly play the base game and some figure packs or whatever, like character packs. I just tried the Red Skull a little bit. But I haven't even gotten into the Galaxy's Most Wanted yet. Just Guardians of the Galaxy expansion. It looks really cool because there's like scenarios. So you're like a storyline. And then you sort of level up and you get to add new cards to your deck, which looks really cool. I love that stuff in games, like campaign style. Because otherwise Marvel Champions is just a, mix. Choose a boss, choose the heroes, and just fight each other, which I do enjoy as well. And I like there's a website where you can like randomize what you're supposed to be playing as well. Egger says that he got Tiny Towns. I thought Tiny Towns was okay at best. It was fun for like a few times. And it's cool because you can play so many people at the same time because it's like simultaneous. Minara expansion. I never played Minara. I need to get into that. Descent 2nd edition. Oh. So is Descent 2nd... No, Descent 2nd edition is the old one, right? Because the new one is called something else. Where is that? I'm getting that one on Friday or next week. The new Descent. Which is like this huge box. It looks really cool. I really like the Lord of the Rings, Journeys to Middle-earth, and Mansions of Madness, where you have like an app, and then you also have pieces that you move around on. It's dungeon crawl style. So I really look forward to that one. And you also have 3D terrain, which is really cool. So you're gonna have to sit around and build all these 3D cardboard terrain. But that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. I mean, it's like Gloomhaven, right? Where you have like, oh, here's a printed table out here in this room. That doesn't feel the same as if you have an actual 3D table there. Oh, Cherries has been playing Hadrian's Wall solo. I was really curious about that one. I know I talked to Tom Heath's Liquor Drips. I talked to him about that because he was playing Hadrian's Wall a lot and he was really into it back in like May or something. And back then I was thinking like, oh yeah, I should get a copy of that so I can play it. But then, there's too many games anyway, so didn't get to it. But it looks interesting. Is Minara is that like the one with like dexterity elements to it? Or am I thinking about something else? But Steven's been playing Nidavellir. Oh yeah. I played Nidavellir a few times now. Mostly on Board Game Arena, but I played it in physical form as well. I think I was planning to make a video of that, but it just felt like I'd rather just talk about it in my podcast or something, because it's one of those games like an auction game where playing it just me and Drako wouldn't really showcase the whole game. I prefer those kind of games at higher play counts. Oh yeah, Minara is like a tower building. I don't think I ever played a dexterity game that I enjoyed, or that I don't know, like flicking and building and what. It's not my thing. Taste varies, right? So, but maybe that's cool. I don't know. Right, that was the games. I hope you enjoyed watching me go through them a little bit. Again, if you're watching this afterwards, well, I don't need to say that now, because at this time you would already seen everything. But there will be timestamps, so people can just jump to whatever game they're interested in. And I can share a little bit about what's coming up. So basically, in order, the first one I have promised to film this week is Curators, which is from a Swedish designer. It just delivered from Kickstarter a few months ago, and I made a preview video for the Kickstarter, and now I have the actual game, so I'm going to do a playthrough with Drako, and that's a really cute one, little puzzly game. And then Mats solo playthrough of Underwater Cities, that's coming soon as well. And then in September, I've been in contact with like Asmodee about, they were picking some YouTubers that will get to showcase the new Mortal Champions set that is upcoming. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to do that during the Gen Con Digital. That's going to be really fun. Hey, Greg. Oh, well. Greg... Okay, so Greg is a perfect example. He just showed up. But if you're curious about any of these games, you can just rewind in the video and look at the timestamps later on to find where I talk about a certain game, or like look through them. So, alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And take care, everyone. It's good to see a lot of you back here in the chat, and I'll see you soon. So, take care. Bye-bye.